You know, it's one thing to have buried a parent, the main parent, okay? For those that grew up in single households like me, majority of your life. It's one thing to have buried a parent. But to have a parent, both your parents, one choosing, both of them chooses not to take accountability for all the shit, right, that you wanted addressed that they never want to address. But it's one thing to have a parent gone, never to return here again, and to have both your parents and it feel exactly the same. I don't think people understand just how detrimental it is to have your parents walking, breathing, living, and most of the time not even living far away from you, and still not be present. I've had people tell me, like, well, at least your mama's still living. And it's like, well, hold up, because really, to me, in my reality and in my life, in my day-to-day life, she's not present. So she is pretty much not living. And this is what it looks like, and this is what it feels like to create boundaries and to choose you in all aspects of your life, not just with these men, with the parent too. Like with anybody that I deal with, I have the same boundaries at this point in my life. And yes, that meant that my parent, my mother, would have also been on the receiving end of me establishing boundaries and not knowing how to adjust her thinking and her interactions with me to respect my boundaries. And I'm just thinking, like, I always tell y'all, every choice is a sacrifice. This was a sacrifice that I chose, which was to give up the people-pleasing parts of me, which was to give up the doubtful parts of me, the low self-worth parts of me, the lack mentality, anything that will stop me from mentally evolving. I gave it up so that I could choose me and live in my wholeness and my authenticity and be who I am unapologetically, regardless of who it hurts, regardless of who feels away, regardless of who doesn't support me. But it is times like this where, you know, I'm going through so much right now, and I should be able to lean on my living parent. I should be able to, you know, verbally express what it is that I'm going through and just have that support. And I don't have that support. And in situations like this and times like this, when I realize that I am totally dependent on the universe to provide for me and my children. I do not have a support system. My children's fathers, they even go out of their ways to make sure that I do not have even their support when it comes to their children. They do the bare minimum. And, you know, I'm the very present parent. I'm the one that has to work my work schedules around my children so that I could be there 110% for my children. I'm the one that has to make sure that I'm picking them up from school and dropping them off. And if any parent know, married or single, working around a kid's school schedule is a struggle in itself. Like, it's just moments like this where I've never been the type of mother that want to hang in the streets, that want to, you know, do my own thing and not pay no mind to my kids. I never been that type of mother, and I became a mother at the age of 18. I never had the mentality to run the streets. That was never my thing. All I would ask from my mother would be to pick my kids up depending on my work schedule or drop them off. But she can't even do that with sincerity about it. It's like she would always have to, you gonna pay me this? It's about money with her. My exes, they don't want to do it because they mad I left. It's like, family members, it's like, hey, that's you, that's on you. Everybody got that it's all on you. You ain't got no support, and it is what it is. I can't force nobody to want to support me, but I just can't. I'm not understanding this. It pisses me off in a way. It pisses me off. My mama tell me she ain't tell me to have these kids. I said, word, okay, cool.